Greetings. See, the beep is back.
Oh, it sure is.
Sorry. Last night I got Yvonne to watch the rest of Evil Dead, the original movie from 1981, which was banned in the 80s. So, first out of the gate,
It's as old as me.
can you understand why it was banned?
I guess. I think so. I mean, I don't really understand the banning of movies, but
No.
I'm
So,
gonna guess they crossed one too many lines for people's liking.
so it's 85 minutes long.
Okay. We
Um,
watched it in two goes, so
yeah, I watched
didn't
it
seem
up
nearly as
until
it's like,
up
it's gonna
until
start
they.
getting bad, so we're gonna stop
I
right
watched it
here.
up until they play the tape. Up until Ash plays the tape because he's a
Right.
moron. And then I turned it off the first time. I said, all right, we'll watch the rest. And I even paused it a couple of times last night during the movie to say, hey, this is where things ramp up kind of fast. Because once things start happening in that movie, it doesn't waste any time.
Yeah.
There's no exposition, there's no long, drawn out conclusion to it. It just flies. Closest you get to dragging it all is when Cheryl gets out while he's out with Linda, and then he comes back and he's trying to find where Cheryl is. That's the closest you can get to taking any time at all. It's a fast movie. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Go watch it and then come back and watch this review because it's a masterpiece.
I
As somebody
disagree with
said
that.
to us today,
Yeah.
it's it and again it's a really good horror movie by Sam Raimi, who put it together on a shoestring budget. I think they did it in like a weekend. Like I said, it was like 40 degrees Fahrenheit for most of that, and those girls were
That'd be cool.
not dressed for that kind of weather.
No.
Um, yeah, so you didn't have trouble sleeping last night?
No.
Didn't bother you?
No.
There wasn't anything in it that bothered you?
Well, I mean, to watch, but not anything that was like upsetting or actually scary. Like I didn't think it was actually scary.
So
there were parts that I was just going
which of the demon possessed ones did you find most entertaining?
entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
Find
mean, for
that
some people, it's
entertaining.
Linda, where she does the singing, the creepy singing.
I don't find any of that.
Cheryl's the one in the
but
cellar, and Shelley's the one that
that
just
was
goes
gross.
completely bonkers.
No, I
She's
didn't
the one
find.
that gets her face burnt.
Yeah,
Shelley.
I don't find any of that entertaining. That's not my kind of movie.
And Scott's useless. Scott was useless the whole movie, though.
But there were only a couple parts that I really had to look away because it was just too much. Just okay. Yeah, and then
So was
there's
that the
other
hand?
parts that was gross, and then whatever stabbing the ankle, that was really gross.
Oh, the pencil?
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
The pencil is
Gross.
we call that the Achilles scene because we figured she was cutting her Achilles.
Yeah, that was gross.
Just getting in there and wrenching around.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
So
That part I kind of no, it's okay. It's still going.
Even
okay.
the eyes didn't bother you with Scott?
Yeah, it's gross. There's a lot of gross, but the ankle that was really really gross. Yeah, the hand thing that was
So
my face for a lot of that movie was just
it's a fun movie, though.
disagree,
Now,
but you know.
now here's the thing. So, like I said last night, this is a movie that's widely regarded as a black comedy. The people think
I didn't
there's
find it
comedy
funny.
in it.
I did not find it.
I've never
humorous.
actually seen anything comedic in it.
I didn't find it funny at all.
But again, Dawn of the Dead, people will say Dawn of the Dead has this dark comedy side to it that I don't see. The closest you get is when there's a biker guy, as these zombies are overwhelming them. For some reason, he puts on a blood pressure cuff. It's a bad time to check your blood pressure is when you're going to get eaten by zombies, but that's what he does. And it's like, why don't you try to get away?
I didn't find it funny. So, there's that.
Ash is useless.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah, I found that weird with him, like standing there with the axe, and he's just standing there.
Yeah, well, Scott's yelling, "Hit it!"
Yeah, what do you help or something?
Hit it. He's just standing there, not doing anything because he's useless.
Not a helpful friend here.
When I was a kid and we watched that, we referred to him as Ashhole. That was our name for him because we were like, he is so dumb. And I remember the first time I watched him, like, seriously, he's the survivor. He's the survivor, especially when he has Linda, and he puts Linda on the table, and he's got all the chains on, and he gets the chainsaw going. It's like, all right, he's about to do something smart, and he puts the chainsaw down, and he takes her out to bury her. Cause
That was weird.
why is he doing that?
That was really weird. Like, why not just leave her chained and then get out of there? I don't.
Because they couldn't get out of there.
Did he have
Woods
to
wouldn't let
hang
him leave.
out in? Oh,
Woods wouldn't let him leave. Scott tried. He made it like maybe half a block, and the
that was
Woods,
weird.
headed him off. They didn't violate him like they did Cheryl, but they did enough damage that he died. So I think now there's two parts that I laugh at in the movie, which is when Scott's clearly in a lot of pain and he's dying, and Ash just keeps wooling him around.
Yeah. Why are you smacking him? Look at his face, and you're smacking his face.
Holy crap!
Oh my goodness.
Just go on, Scotty, just go. And then when he's trying to pour water into his mouth, it's just
that's what
drooling
I
down.
said. Why you don't
And-
do that?
And he says, "Well,
It's gonna choke him.
well, get out of here. Don't worry, Scotty. Sun's coming up. Get out of here.
Drown him.
You
sitting
and
up.
me and Linda and Shelly. Well, not Shelly." And they just chopped Shelly up and put her in the backyard. So, yeah. And this was the only movie too where they really used the full body dismemberment, where that's the only way to kill the demons, is you have to cut off the head, the arms, and the legs. You have to get all
Icky.
5.
Still wiggling on the floor. That was gross.
That's great.
It's gross.
That special effect. I mean, you've got people underneath the floor working all that.
Right.
It's fun. That's really cool. That's so well done.
Pass.
But again, we should watch it with the commentary on sometime, so you can hear the commentary
I'd be
from the women that are
watching
in
it
it.
again. No.
But then when you hear it from the women that have the commentary, like I said, when they're talking about how well they had the contacts in, they couldn't see anything.
Oh no, you're not jumping on your sister. I was like, what are you doing? Jumping on your sister? Okay.
Because she's in the bed behind us.
No, Shadow's
Nope.
there, looking like he wants to jump.
No,
On
he's
Bear.
not jumping on his sister. But anyways, yeah. I think it's a good movie. Did you enjoy the movie?
Not particularly, no.
Why
I
not?
think he wants to get down, but he's not sure to. What about that movie do you think I would enjoy?
It's different.
Which part would be the enjoyable part?
It's different, and it's fast. Like the action is fast and fierce. It doesn't stick around too long. It's not a 4-hour movie. It's not even an hour and a half. It's one after another, and then it doesn't overstay its welcome, and you're out of there.
Yeah, I don't consider that an enjoyable movie. No.
See, and for me, it's intense. It's a visceral experience. It's like
Pass.
part of the reason I wanted you to see it was because it's a movie you have to at least experience once.
Well, I don't think you have to, but
I think you do. I'd put it up there with like Citizen Kane.
have you
Or
even watched Citizen Kane? Didn't you tell
No.
me you haven't watched it? Okay.
no, I'm just saying that you have to experience it once. I just haven't experienced that yet. That's all. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. You need to experience Evil Dead,
I don't.
but you did.
But I have.
So now you've watched Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, which means you're all primed for Ash vs. Evil Dead.
We need to watch Willow.
If you watch Ash vs. Evil Dead, sure.
But that's really long and lots of it.
It's a 3-season series.
That's a lot.
There's only 6 episodes per season.
Thank goodness, but that's a lot.
I mean, thank goodness. It means it's tight storytelling. It's quick. It's to the point, and it's very comedic. So it's still got the bloodletting of the original movie, but it's very comedic. It's really funny.
That doesn't sound funny to me.
I mean, sure,
I
people
don't-
get their face peeled off
Yeah,
here and there,
No.
but it's still
no.
funny.
That's not funny.
It's
No.
it's funny in its context.
No, it's not.
It has
I
funny aspects to see. If you
It
just
is
judge
not.
it based on the
No, that doesn't sound
people
funny.
being torn to pieces,
That does not sound entertaining at all.
you know,
Why? I don't. That doesn't sound entertaining.
there's some entertaining.
See, and you know people are gonna watch this to think those movies are just great and oh, you gotta give
Yeah.
it a try. That's always the comments.
Ash
We
vs.
have to
Evil
at
Dead,
least
the
give it a
series.
shot.
The series, I think on Rotten Tomatoes has like
Mhm.
96% or 98%. I think there's a season that is 100%.
Speak as people that watch it like that sort of thing.
Well, no, that's your reviewers. That's your standard, TV or movie reviewers that say it's really good quality series. And Bruce Campbell takes that idiot character in the
Right.
first movie and just amps it up to 11 from there
Right.
on. He's still wearing the blue shirt. He's still wearing the same pants. He's still dressed exactly the same, and he's still a moron. But he doubles down on. He becomes misogynistic.
Oh,
He's racist. He
good.
is so funny.
that makes it better.
He is so funny. There's a scene in the series where there's him and there's a double, and the only way you can tell between him and the double is they ask a question, and one of them answers with a non-racist answer. So they shoot the one that's not racist, and he goes, "How did you know? How did you know that wasn't me?" And they're like, "Well, because you didn't answer the way you did. You're highly racist." And he goes, "Thanks." And it's not that it's intentional. It's just Pablo, who's Latino. He is very he says a lot of off-color Mexican jokes in regards to Pablo, which is interesting, but it's entertaining and it's funny.
That doesn't sound entertaining.
There's the part where Kelly's possessed by a demon and she tries to get Pablo to get high with her, but in reality she's trying to get him to blow his own head off. So, you're thinking he's going to put a shotgun in his mouth and blow his own head off. He doesn't. But it's funny
That
because
does not sound funny.
you're like, is it going to happen? Is it not? And then it doesn't. And then,
That does not sound funny.
it's really funny.
That's
It's a funny show.
That's,
And then there's the part where he's fighting with dead bodies in the morgue.
Yeah,
So,
really,
it's very,
really doesn't sound funny.
It's like slapstick humor in the morgue with dead bodies, and he's fighting with a large intestine and a colon. And there's an anatomy lesson in it as well. So there's science to this. See? Whereas in Evil Dead, they didn't really get into the science part. Evil Dead's just about what I like too at the end of the original movie is that you could tell there was Sam Raimi going, okay, how much blood can we get in Bruce's face? How about all of it? We're gonna just cake him with it. Now, in between scenes, clearly it's taken off because 2 seconds later he has no blood in his face. Happens repeatedly throughout the movie. But you can tell they're just like, how much crap can we throw at Bruce here? It's like in the second movie, they just tried to beat the hell out of him throughout the second movie when he wasn't beating himself up, when he's fighting with his own hand. But it's really funny when you think of it that way. That there's all this blood being splashed on Bruce, and it's just let's see how much abuse he's going to take, which is the answer is all of it. Because Bruce Campbell knows how to make a good movie. So, but it's a very well plotted out movie.
okay.
You don't think so?
Not my kind of movie.
But it's well plotted out.
Okay.
Like it's claustrophobic. It's in the cabin.
Yeah.
The cabin's scary-ish, and the cellar is kind of creepy. And there's the part with the record player and all that, and there's some really cool elements to it. And the camera on the dolly that was being used in this movie, that's of course Raimi's go-to, as well as the slanted camera where you're looking at the room and everything's kind of slanted. It's a little bit askew and it throws you off. So all that came from him, and the quick cuts. That's all like Sam Raimi stuff that you would see in later movies, like Spider-Man uses a lot of that. And that's a Sam Raimi movie. So see, you like Sam Raimi movies. You like Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire.
Wait, I was gonna say which one. There are
The one with Tobey
so
Maguire.
many Spider-Man movies.
He made the first trilogy. He hated making the third movie because they insisted on Venom. He did not want Venom in it. So that's why Venom's so crappily written, because he didn't want Venom in it.
I don't think I ever saw the third one.
It's terrible.
Because I don't think I've ever seen a movie
It's
with
awful.
Venom in it.
I would not recommend that because it's not Venom. Anybody will tell you the way they portray Venom is wrong, and they use what's his face from that '70s show to play Venom, and he's not Venom. He's not supposed to be Venom. He's the nerdy main character from
Topher?
Topher Grace.
Okay.
He's not. And keep in mind, in the comics, Venom is like this big muscular Brock. He's big, and then Topher Grace in the movie, I'm just like, so you're not even going to bother making it accurate at all, because he should be. That's why Tom Hardy, who plays him in the new movies, makes more sense, because Tom Hardy can be that physically imposing kind of character. And Topher Grace just couldn't do it. He's just, every time he does something in that movie, I just hear dumbass in my head. I hear red, just dumbass. So yeah. So would you recommend Evil Dead?
No.
No, like, think about it.
Okay. No.
She would.
I don't.
She would, though.
Nope.
She enjoyed it.
No.
So she's glad that I got her to watch it.
Not really.
That's
I don't have to
probably
hear about him telling me to watch it now, though.
that's
so there's
probably I'm gonna say that's probably the 20th time I've watched that movie.
that. Weirdo.
And when I was a kid, the scene with her eating off her own hand was over the top for me. And then just the way that she talks when she's pulled out of the fire too. She's like, "Oh, my pretty flesh."
That was icky.
It's just, thank you for getting me off those hot coals. Although you ask yourself, why didn't she take herself off the hot coals? Or did she enjoy the hot coals? Like, it's just one of those things where you just don't know. You don't know. And then poor Ash at the end. He should have been possessed, but he wasn't. Because he gets scratched to crap.
Right.
And then Scotty, when he's possessed, even bites his ankle. And it's the same leg. So he should have been possessed, but it's Bruce, so he's not. Ash doesn't get possessed until the second movie, which you don't remember.
Vaguely. I remember little bits of it.
That he gets possessed, and then he looks at the thing he gave Linda, and then it unpossesses him.
I don't remember.
Gets
that
his
part.
humanity back.
I do remember little bits. It's been a few years since
We should watch that again.
Or not.
That one's great.
Pass.
It's a great movie.
Pass.
So, we both would recommend it. It's a good Halloween movie. A lot of Halloween elements to it. And it's fun. It's lighthearted. It's fun. And the fact that I remember every character, that tells you just how much I am invested into the movie.
There's not a ton of characters.
There's 5 of them.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. There's not a ton of characters. Some movies there's a stupid amount.
And Scotty,
Like all the super
I have to
movies.
say, the one criticism I do have of the movie, some of the acting is cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Some of
Yes.
the acting, like Shelley, when she says what happened to her eyes, just that's
Yes.
so overwrought.
It is, yeah.
And she keeps saying it, and I'm like, is that the best take they could get from her there? And Scotty is so bad in parts of that movie. He's so just some of the acting in it is just. Cheryl, I thought was good. She's the one that's in the cellar. She's the first one who gets
Okay.
possessed. I thought Linda was fantastic, and then Bruce Campbell was learning the craft. Clearly, he still had a ways to go, but Scotty and Shelley, I'm not so sure. And again, it's not like they had the money to go out and bring in Meryl Streep or Johnny Depp or somebody like that, but some of the acting's a little bit cringy. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. I know anybody who wanted to see it's probably already seen it, but if you haven't, watch it. It's pretty gory. It has its moments, but it keeps it nice and lighthearted, and it is a movie that has tremendous heart and soul, and it really makes you think about the wonders of life and how precarious life is.
No, it doesn't.
And it discusses
full of crap.
love
No, it doesn't.
and understanding
Nope.
and compromise
No.
and just a general feeling of warmth will settle over you as you watch this movie.
No,
It is a warm, caring, loving film.
it's not.
Created with only the best of intentions. It is almost a spiritual experience.
No.
It's great.
Pass.
It's fantastic.
No.
You'll get lots of giggles.
It was so not funny. There was not.
There are a lot of people who think it's a comedy. It's a comedy horror. I've often seen comedy horror Evil Dead. And for me, I've always been like, I don't see the comedy in that movie. I don't, unless it's like The Room where you laugh after. Where Tommy Wiseau goes, oh yeah, I meant to make it funny. No, you didn't. I don't. But anyways, Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. And Yvonne highly recommends Evil
I
Dead.
don't.
She highly
But
recommends
people
it.
are gonna comment about how I didn't even give the movie a chance and blah blah. That's generally how the comment section goes, right?
No, you did, because if you weren't giving the movie a chance, you would have wanted me to turn it off.
But that's how we always get those comments.
Because I did
She
pause
liked
it. I
or
gave
she
her a
watched
chance
it.
to have an out, and she said no, we'll do this. So, I believe your words were just play the effing movie and shut up. I think that's what you said. I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
I don't ever talk like that, so that's not what I said.
And then when I said, "Are you sure?" you smacked me in the back of the head and said, "Do I seem sure to you?" And then I had to play it.
Shannon.
So, anyways,
That's not how any conversation ever goes.
all right. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.